Hi, people of the web. This is our first virtual meeting of the Web Users Group. We're very excited about trying this out. This will allow everybody to stay at your desk and be informed as to what's happening with the website, and hopefully be a lot easier for everybody involved. We're going to start off today with Davin talking about the Augusta University transformation for the website and the search and replace that we did back on December 1.
All right, so if you've been paying attention, hopefully you've seen some information on your site change as far as Georgia Regents University, or GRU, changing into Augusta University. We completed that a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember the exact date off the top of my head now. Ran a site-wide find and replace for those things and published out most of the pages. Now, what may have happened if you see GRU still on some of your pages or Georgia Regents on some of your pages is if you had your page checked out, we did not republish those pages because we weren't sure of the changes that you had in progress. So you may still need to check your site to make sure that there are some pages that may need to be republished or that change may need to happen. We used some very broad terms whenever we did the search and replace, so what may have happened as well is you may have a misspelling on your page or something like that that got missed. So we do need you guys to kind of go in there and look at the content you have and make sure that some of those things that we missed might get changed. As far as the domain name, our current plan is to begin using the new domain name on January 21st. That is pretty doable from our side, so we're in the process of getting that worked out, so we don't see a problem with that. All your gru.edu links will run. They will still work, and they should work hopefully for a year after we make that transition. So that'll give us some time to identify all of those things that use gru.edu and switch them over. We will be doing a site-wide find and replace for those links as well. So we'll tell you some more information about that whenever we get closer to that date. So part of that process and part of the process for the new site is we're going to be switching over to a new web server. We're going to go completely hosted outside of the organization so that we have, some reliability and things like if the internet goes out here, we don't lose our web page. We've run into that a couple of times, especially with all the construction. A fiber line gets cut and then we don't have a web page for a couple of hours while they try to get things fixed. So this will hopefully negate some of our downtime. Not that we've had a lot, but you know how it is in this business. If you're down for 2 seconds, somebody notices. So anything that we can do to negate that, we're glad to implement. But what that does mean is we've got some configuration in the background. We are still trying to get the contract through legal. We've been going back and forth with legal, with our legal and the vendor legal. So hopefully within the next week, we will have a contract finalized and we'll have a server stood up. And that's a big hopefully. But once we get that done, we will be able to start publishing pages from the new template onto that web server, and that's where the new website is going to live. So the new augusta.edu website, the redesigned site, not the current site, will live on that new web server, and hopefully within the next few weeks after that, we will be able to give you guys access for you to go in there and start looking at your pages, see how they migrated over, and begin managing that content so that we can go live with the redesigned site. And I think I did that slide in advance.
That's okay. This is Seal, going to talk about the web redesign project. The web team is currently working with admissions, academics, financial aid, the registrar's office, and student life to ensure that their pages are ready to review when are ready and correct when the new site becomes available. The templates are great. I've been working in them for about 3 weeks now, and I am very impressed with the different functionality and the different layouts. And I think everybody will be pleasantly surprised with how you can really dress up your pages and make them more exciting with the new templates. Migration of current content into the new design hopefully will take place mid-January. That's kind of a moving target due to the fact that we don't have the remote server yet to put it on. So as soon as all of that becomes final, then we'll have more of an exact date on that, but we're hoping that it will be mid-January. January and February, all web users will be contacted. The web team will be working with you personally for your departments and areas on your content, your menus, making sure your site is up and ready to go. January and February are going to be very busy months for us, so please keep that in mind and be patient. We plan to meet with everyone. The new site is planned to launch spring of 2016. March 30th is our proposed date there. So hang in there, it's coming.
We heard a bunch of dings. Do we want to see, do we have questions in chat that we need to?
There's more people coming online.
Awesome. Good. All right. So I'm going to talk about the web content review. Many of our web publishers ask us, where do they even get started? And now is the best time for you to get your content in shape for the upcoming migration. And I know you've heard us say this 100 times. In preparation for that, Danielle has made an absolutely adorable guide and very informational guide on how to write for the web, how to determine what your audience is, what types of things you should and should not do on your website. You can download that on the DCM web team page. And we also, did we email out copies to everyone?
It's on the website.
All right, yeah.
They can access it on the website.
So everyone should have that and review it and go through and look at the examples that are provided there to get your site ready for the upcoming migration. With that, we thought it would be nice to include a little nugget of something that you should keep in mind. And with that, we would like for you to think about not using Learn More for all of your links. I think everyone's seen, oh, they can't hear me? I'm right here.
Your mic broken?
Is this a little bit better?
No.
How about this one?
Maybe. This is our slightly new conference room. So, all right. So we'll all sit around the center microphone. Essentially, TLDR of what I just said is, please take a look at the web content guides that Danielle has created and are available on the DCM website for you all to download. And with that, going into a suggestion. Alertbox recommends that we not use Learn More on our links. And you can see a lot of our pages where we have lots of content areas, and they all end with the little Learn More. Rather than do that, do something descriptive with the text. Learn more about our courses in this, or check out these resources that show you how to do this, rather than just that generic Learn More. That's good. Yeah.
As a side note there, I know a lot of you are I know a lot of you are wondering about the new logo. The new logo or mark is coming. I think our date is scheduled for the 21st of January, right, Gavin? That's
yes.
The date. We will be creating a website that will give you all the information you need to know about the logo. So you will be getting a notice about that, and it'll have lots of other information about how to use the logo and what our new brand standards are and everything.
So we had not to interrupt, we had a question come in on the chat that was, since the website will be hosted externally, does that mean we'll be able to upload XSL and DOCX types of files? The answer to that is that we will have control over the MIME types that are associated with the server, so we can actually set those to render as a download default instead of trying to open as a zip file web page. So what should happen is you'll be able to upload DOCX files and it will not open as gibberish, it will actually download the file instead of opening the code and trying to render the document in browser. So hopefully that answers that question. Sorry to interrupt.
Quite all right. Next slide is on web governance. Web governance is in the approval process right now. As soon as I get word that everything has been approved, we will start creating the unit leader list and meeting with them on web governance. We've started implementing a few policies that we plan to have with that as far as naming conventions and things on the website, and Eric will talk about that very shortly. Eric.
Okay. Sorry, I have to pull up the slide too. The good news is that site improved number of broken links on the slide is wrong. We almost cut that number in half literally overnight. We're currently at about 623 broken links. Majority of those are external links. So if you have anything on a page that links to an external site, make sure that site still exists or that page still exists, and either update the link, or if that information isn't even necessary, delete that content. Everyone should have access to Site Improve. If you don't, then at the end we'll show you how to fill out a web request form, request access, because especially with the migration and moving to a new server, we're probably going to break more links, and we need to know what those are, because it does no good to have a new shiny site and half of it not work. Also with that, currently in Site Improve, you'll see where we have GR Medical. Our new mics are broken. Can you hear me now? Microphone check. 1, 2. No? Okay. All right. Sorry. People couldn't hear me.
Really?
So, all right. So to recap, one, we just learned the microphones in the conference room don't work. Second, we're doing good with Site Improve. The numbers are down. They're still in triple digits. We need to bring them down more. If you don't have access to Site Improve, please request access using web work request. And right now, GR Medical is showing as a misspelling in Site Improve. That's good because it's supposed to. Right now, leave it that way because we don't have anything to change that to. But as we go through more of the name changes, Site Improve will be one of your places to look to see where changes still need to be made. And
that's what we have started implementing in Site Improve. We can go in and create policies, and it can look for discrepancies. Yeah. It can in the website, and will let us know where things need to be changed. Okay. Channing's going to talk to us about training.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Not too much to say about it. We'll be developing training for the new templates as we get them rolled out. We have some days currently in the calendar. Those are hopefully set in stone. Again, we want to make sure that we have the new templates available for you all to learn on before we try to train you all on everything. But we do have dates available online that you can go and register for. These will be in-person ones. We'll probably do some online ones early, but for the initial ones, you guys get to see my lovely, lovely face. I apologize in advance for that.
Drop the mic.
Thanks, Channing. And then Heather's going to talk to us about the calendar and a few changes there.
All right, so I hope everyone has been working with the new calendar and getting their events in. We do still occasionally get phone calls asking how to get access to that. So all of you as our web publishers have the ability to bypass the queue and have everything automatically be approved. So just contact us to get the login information if you do not have access to the new calendar. We are also going to be making a slight change to how it's being used. Currently, we have a students category on the calendar, but we're going to be turning that over to the Office of Student Affairs and Student Activities so that they're going to be more involved with how that's used with student groups. If you have any questions, just send us an email. We're still kind of ironing that out. Oh, I'm sorry. I was tapping the table, and I apologize. Other than that, that opens us up to questions.
Okay, thanks, Heather. That is the end of our information for today, but I do have a couple questions that I would really like to put out to the group and get your feedback. The first one being, does this work for you?
If we have working microphones.
Yes. Is this more convenient than going to a meeting? Would you like to have a face-to-face meeting maybe once a quarter or every 6 months? What topics would you like to hear about? What information would you like to learn more about? As we get into the new templates and the new website, there's going to be a lot more functionality that will be available. So just let us know what little tips, little learning that you would like. Any questions?
So one of the things that we're seeing is people having some problems with audio. So we are definitely going to look into that. We're using the new conferencing system that we have in our conference room, and this is the first time we've ever used it. So we're trying to figure out how some of this stuff works. And there are 3 microphones, but it seems like only one of them is actually working. So we're going to get classroom support in here to make sure that everything's working correctly, and hopefully next time we'll have it kind of streamlined a little bit better. Tim likes it.
Tim likes it. Good.
Anybody have any questions particular to the content that we presented? Most people are saying they'll have questions whenever they start working. That's usually good.
Sharon, we are going to have both trainings. We'll do in-person classes, and we will have online ones also, so you'll have the option. But the first ones will be in person.
The new templates are really different than what our users are familiar with. So that's why we'd really like to do some in-person training so you can ask questions and really become familiar with all the different components that you'll have available for you now.
And this session will be recorded, so we will put it up on the web. So if you did miss anything, we will have that available so you can go and watch it and check up on some of the stuff.
And we can hear how bad our audio was.
Yeah, hopefully that has sound.
Nothing else?
Let's see, will this new training allow us to create our enterprise pages for us to have both medical and university? No, those are still going to be separate systems. So one will be in the GR Health website, and one will be in the new Augusta.edu website.
That does bring up a point that I want to make sure that everybody is aware of, is that once we get the new site launched, the web team has been challenged to create an intranet, an internal website for the university. So when you're reviewing your content, please, please, please do not carry over, or I don't know, we'll work with you on it, but we do not want external information for your department, just your department only. We do not want that. We do not need that on the external website. All of that will be available on an internal website.
So something like maybe if you have an internal form in your office for filling out a travel request or something like that, those things would not necessarily be of any interest to the public, and they should go on an internal website that's just for your people.
Just keep that in mind as you're reviewing your content, that we do have an intranet that's on its way. It will get here sooner than we know.
There will be a text version of this presentation. That was one of the questions. So the PowerPoint will be posted along with the video.
And Steve, I already have a radio face, so I'm not going to worry about my radio voice just yet.
All right. We'll give it just a couple more minutes for new questions.
We'll email it. It'll be in an email, the address where you can get these slides and everything. That'll probably go out tomorrow or Friday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow or Thursday.
There's a question about the intranet. Will it be available to the whole university or just your department? That's going to be kind of worked out. Initially starting, it will be just university-wide, and then as we develop content and procedures for managing that content, we will expand that to department level. Any more questions? All right, well, I think that we're going to wrap it up then, and like I said, we will check into our audio issues, and the next one we'll try this again, and hopefully we'll have a little bit better sound for you guys.
Web team signs off.
For more information or additional training resources, please visit gru.edu/dcm/web.